I know this is going to be fun, but it's a little intimidating seeing all of these. What one is this one? Funeral of the Dead. Funeral of the Dead Butterflies. Oh my god, that's the dude, right? That's the, it's like the Undertaker's got a butterfly for a head and has the twin guns. Let's see if I have Yasad's department set up the right way, though. This is Emma's page. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I went a whole blunt build with them. So I have Emma's page. I'll show you a little bit about all the different key pages I'm going to use, because I know a lot of people like me really enjoy like strategizing. And I know I don't do things. I don't think I do things the way a lot of people would, and I'm sorry about that. I know it's probably frustrating sometimes, seeing like some suboptimal builds. A lot of times I go through and I read best I can, but I know I don't have the best passives for everything. I tried to take some suggestions. Some people said use Puppet, so I did. I also threw Lila's page just for that health hauler. Because I know if I'm fighting abnormalities, they're going to do a lot of damage and they have a lot of HP. So if we have a lot less HP than them, I have to figure out a way to like sustain the fight. I'm going to go with Health Hauler, increase the blunt dice power. It's going to be by 2. And then high level acrobatics. When using a page whose original cost is 3 or higher, all dice on that page also gain +1 power. So I think in combination of Lion's Fist, Puppet Skeleton, and high level acrobatics, I think that a like predominantly 3 cost build would be like the best, especially these ones from the puppets, because they get to draw pages. They're economy cards. I threw in some 2 costs only because they really help in the beginning. Other than that, I'm not sure that they're even helpful. So they do disarm, which lowers power. I don't know how helpful that's going to be against some abnormalities, but I've got 3 of those. So if anyone like dies, I can still continue to do the blunt damage build with the abnormality pages. I'll just throw it on whoever of these front 3 is like the most healthy at the time. And then we've got Steven, who is using the unstable Philip. He's using Philip's pages. I'm not exactly sure I'm building this right, and I know it's supposed to do damage from burn. So I try to do a lot of burn builds. I even used the Blazing Strike, which seems really good, but I have to get it up to an emotion level 3. That should hopefully not be a problem with abnormality fights. Let's try it. If nothing else, I'll at least see how far behind I am and come back and rebuild. Although I don't think I have anything else that I can go and like... I could do general invitations. I don't think I've done those in a while, so I might have to go back and do that. Wow. This is different. Did he have butter? Yeah, I guess he did, because he would slam the coffin down and like butterflies would go out. There's like rocks or people in the background too who are infected by butterflies. Is this a big cocoon? Is that a big cocoon in the background? Or is it like mountain ranges and this is like a cool sky? I think this is like supposed to be a big cocoon with butterflies flying out of it. It's really neat. Anyway, let's see what all of our little agents have to say, because they remember this dude. The swarm of butterflies sent a chill down my spine when it went past me. I guess, yeah, it did, didn't it? He would slam it down, a swarm of butterflies, that's how he would attack things. His weapons weren't all that great. It kind of surprises me that he's Yasad's final upgrade, or like his realization, I think is what this... No. This isn't the realization, is it? It's the one right before it. Okay, so that makes sense then. And then many of my coworkers had lain down in that coffin. Yeah. Oh. I don't remember what was the coffin for. I don't remember if the coffin healed somebody or if they did something with it. Or maybe if they got killed by them escaping, that they would get put in the coffin or something. I'm not sure. And then those butterflies are so cold. Oh, I went off of it. Sorry. And then stay alert. It won't hesitate to exploit your vulnerabilities. Good sound advice. Let's see what this thing does. Hand of Salvation targets the enemy with the least HP. Prioritizes targets with sealed dice. I don't currently have any, but I have a sneaky suspicion it'll do some. If all characters' speed dice are sealed by this abnormality's page effects, they become staggered. I see how this is going to work. It's going to try to stagger us and steal all of our dice away. I mean, I know I'm just repeating things that are just obvious. I'm sorry. But then there's the lamentation. If there's a staggered enemy at the start of the scene, it uses a mass attack page. So anytime that anyone gets staggered, it uses mass attack. What does this one do? Futile fluttering targets the enemy with the least HP suppressed when the funeral of the dead butterflies is suppressed. So I don't want to hit them. I kind of want to just clash with the little butterflies. And I mainly want to focus fire the big one. Because when they're suppressed... Oh, that means when I kill the big one, then all the little ones go too. But there isn't anything that says... Are they all the same? Yeah, it's all the same. So there isn't anything that basically says if I like do a specific amount of damage, or if I attack all the little ones and do something special, that it auto-magically wins for me. So this really is just a brawl. I just have to start swinging. I should be able to win that clash, and then we should do some one-sided attack here. Everyone else is just clashing, and I can't do anything here because I don't have a 0 cost. Okay. First step, get some lights, get emotion coins, build up my emotion level. If I can do that and not have all of my dice sealed in this first few rounds, I think we did that. Even if I had a couple dice sealed, as long as not everybody's dice is sealed, I think I'm good. I don't think they'll use the mass attack until someone's staggered, not the first dice sealed, if I was reading that correctly. Again, sometimes I try to read through it, and it for some reason, I think it's because I try to read it too quickly. In some hopes that by reading faster, it's more entertaining, even though it's not. I think I trick myself into thinking that it would just be better for me to try to read quick and just get to the more interesting parts. And in reality, all it does is, I think it just frustrates people, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I think I've got them all. Everyone's clashing. Everyone's doing one-sided stuff. Let's go ahead and smack. That there got staggered. That's awesome. I wonder if that instantly flips them to fatal now. If it does, we should be able to do a lot of one-sided attacks. I might even just take all the butterfly damage and just swing on them. That was nice. It's really nice. Yeah, a lot of bind and paralysis. It doesn't really matter because he was... Oh, and sealed. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because he's staggered and everything is fatal. I should... Does he have a phase 2? Or is it as simple as I think it is? Because they're already going to be pretty weakened and bound and stuff from all of the blunt damage that they're going to take. So that one should be dead. Okay, that one is dead. Now we're going to do a lot of damage. This frees our last librarian, right? Shall we give them a warm welcome? And then a peaceful death. Our work is done. So let us return. How is it done? Did we kill him already? I didn't think. Every 3 clash wins, restore 1 light. I don't think I want that one. Is it violence that I want? Yeah, it's violence that I want. I'm going to throw that again on my metallic ringing because of all the extra blunt damage. Or should I just spread out the love a little bit? No, I think I'm going to do that. I want all the blunt damage hitting pretty hard. I should be able to take out these butterflies down here. I don't think anything crazy happens. So I'm just... I'm going to smack the butterfly, I think. Get rid of the small fry and then hit him. I want to see what it's saying here. For you poor souls who cannot stop grieving, I offer my condolences. Oh, this one, I always liked this one. The butterfly, funeral of a dead butterfly. I always liked this abnormality because it has a really cool design. It just seems so kind of underpowered when we got it. If I had gotten it earlier, it would have been really cool, and it probably would have been one of my favorites. But unfortunately, I had gotten it pretty late in the game, so I was sort of already used to Olafs and everything else. Let's do that, but I want to make sure that that is going to that back one, because the back one's the stronger one. Yeah, that one. Okay, we should be able to drop that back butterfly. We should be able to drop him. And then, are we actually gonna drop him? I'm hoping we can do that much damage. No, we didn't do anywhere near that much damage, but we have smoke, burn, bound, paralysis, fragile, feeble, and disarmed. Finally starting to stack some really decent status effects. And hopefully that... it'll be close. I don't think we'll be able to do all the damage, because I think they... Oh, no, we staggered them. Yeah, no, they're done now. Cool. I wonder if it's comfy inside that coffin. Oh, for their sake, I hope it's comfortable in there. Oh, that's right. Okay. We don't get to actually see Yasad's thing until next time. But we do get some really cool pages. So the Eternal Rest. It deals plus 2 to 7 damage and 2 to 5 stagger damage against the enemy with the lowest current HP. I like that a lot, because I'm constantly focus firing the lowest HP anyway. But maybe some of the other ones are better, like Lament. Deal 2 to 4 damage against an enemy with a status ailment. Oh, we do a lot of those. And then if the Librarian has a status ailment at the start of the scene, gain 1 to 2 strength. That's interesting. That really lends itself well to like a smoke build, where you get the passive, where it increases your output damage instead of increasing the amount of damage you take. That would be pretty neat. Or even like a bleed build would be good with this. But I don't think Yasad's department really does well with bleed builds, does it? I don't know. I'll have to play around. Maybe I can do something with that. And then Coffin. That's our first 3 cost? Maybe not, but this is going to be really good then, because the 3 costs are always powerful. On hit against an enemy whose HP is 50 or lower, seal 1 of the speed die of the target. Twice per scene. That's incredible. That like totally nullifies the speed passive upgrades, and you can just immobilize certain targets. I'm always going to take that one, as long as they're 50% or lower, and it doesn't say anything about how it can't happen more than once. So once I drop someone below 50%, if I just keep hitting them, they'll just keep not being able to do anything unless they have more than 2 dice. Star of the City! Oh, I knew that it was going to be close, because we needed to go up to level 30, I think. I finally did it. I mean, it speaks for itself. I'm being stupid again. Star of the City. I wonder if it's going to be the thumb or the index talking this time. Or maybe even someone else. I try calling each star something beautiful. Where are these quotes from? If anyone knows, let me know.
도시는 오늘도 욕망이 넘실거리며 아른거리는군.
This is an unknown location and an unknown person. I haven't been paying close enough attention to the voice actors to know if we've heard this voice before.
늘 이 모습 그대로 인간들은 이야기를 엮어야 하지.
I know I haven't heard that voice before. It's ooh, chills.
오늘 도서관이라는 별 하나가 하늘에 떴어. 이 별은 어떤 꿈으로 도시를 비출까? 이 별이 부디 도시의 달콤한 꿈을 깨우지 않기를.
아까부터 뭘 그렇게 열심히 적고 있어?
Oh, go back. I really wanted to hear what they had to say. Those ones are creepy. Oh well. It'll be interesting to see what they have to say about it too, because I wonder if they know. Do they instantly know when they've been raised a rank? Or is this just kind of them doing their stuff in the background?
모든 일을 끝내고 이곳에서 나갔을 때 하고 싶은 걸 적는 중이야.
Oh, that's so sweet. Kind of like a reverse bucket list.
굉장히 빽빽한데?
미트 스튜 먹는 것도 제대로 적었어.
That's so sweet. Angela can be so cold and calculating and cruel, and then sometimes she could be so sweet. Like, she knows that he mentioned a meat stew. Maybe it's just curiosity, but she had to at least pay attention to remember that he said something like that. So she does value what he suggests and what he says.
정말 기억해줬구나.
난 뭐든지 기억할 수 있으니까.
And she just plays it off. Oh, I don't know if that's like a humble. Well, this is definitely a humble brag, I guess, because I can remember anything is sort of braggy. But it's still really sweet because she still had to choose to write that down. That the action in and of itself is kind of adorable.
그러면 굳이 적을 필요 없지 않아? 아, 물론 기분 상하게 하려는 뜻은 아니야.
사실 잊지 않으려고 적는 거 맞아?
What do you mean, forget later? Is that foreshadowing? I don't want her to forget things. I know she's becoming more human, so maybe as she becomes more human, she'll forget stuff.
뭐?
정말 인간에 가까워지고 있나 봐. 내 기억들이 완전하진 않아도 점차 옅어지는 게 느껴져. 이런
오.
적은 처음이야.
That's a new experience for her. That's so cool. I love how sometimes in this game they really do a good job of like showing us what's happening and like reminding us, hey, remember this is what you're working toward, like the freedom of people and Angela becoming human. Because there's sometimes I get so caught up in all the other stories that I forget that there is a grander story that is playing out in the background.
지워야 할 기억들이 아직도 까마득하게 남았지만
And it's going to take a long time to erase all those. Or maybe not. Maybe she'll do what normal humans do. At least me. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone else. There's times I go to bed and I wake up and I cannot remember what I was supposed to remember.
그래도 여러모로 축하해. 간절히 원하던 거잖아.
고마워. 그래서 이제는 다음이라는 걸 꿈꾸기 위해 이 종이에 적는 거야. 네가 말한 울타리. 그런 거지.
Oh crap, this is what I'm talking about. I don't remember. What did he say about fences?
꿈이라.
롤랑, 너는 어때? 이곳에서 나가면 어떤 것부터 하고 싶어?
글쎄, 일단 해결사 일은 접을까 생각 중이야. 여러모로 지쳤거든.
I don't blame you. You've probably had way too many fights in your life. Then you come here and now you've got just every day is another fight for you. Because I'm assuming the whole thing is supposed to be like Roland fighting, even though I use all the other departments. I don't know what makes me say that, because I really haven't used Roland in a while, but it always seems like he's tired, unless there's other fights going on in the background, and maybe we only get to see the main fights. But otherwise, Roland would just be like sitting back, kicking it with Netzak down in the art department, trying to like find books about awesome stuff to eat or to like drink or hanging out with Gabora. I don't know. I don't know what he does in his free time here. Probably just sorts through more books. Seems like an infinite number of books.
그래? 네가 어떤 해결사였는지는 몰라도 곁에서 지켜본 바로는 적성에 맞아 보이는데. 잘 싸우는 건 그렇다 쳐도 여러 상황에 대처하고 능숙하게 일을 받아 넘기는 걸 보면 네 말대로 꽤 잘 나갔을 것 같아.
Oh my god! Oh, that's so cool! Angela's being like chill with Roland, not being as snappy, not so condescending all the time. That's so nice. Not only that, but she's also sort of warming up to the idea of like maybe he was kind of as cool as he likes to think he was. I don't know. I really hope that we get to see how awesome he was back in his heyday, or at least get a glimpse of it somehow. That being said, this is also a compliment. She's trying her best to hide it, but I think she likes Roland. Not like likes Roland, but I think him and her are becoming fast friends, and it's so heartwarming, especially since all I've been seeing lately is just people being torn to shreds, limb from limb.
그런 점이야말로 해결사의 미덕처럼 보였거든.
하긴 내가 생각해도 해결사만큼 잘 맞는 일은 없을 것 같다. 그래도 이제는 좀 쉬고 싶어. 이 정도가 적당해.
I don't blame you. It has brought you a lot of success, but it has also brought you a lot of grief too. Maybe not done for good, but maybe done for a little while, like a little break. I think Roland deserves it.
다른 사람을 위해서 누군가의 피를 보는 일은.
Well, I guess he'll still have to fight people, even if he goes out on his own, and maybe that's what he's alluding to. Maybe he can just find his own cause to go out and do.
그래서 어떤 일을 하고 싶어?
그렇게 집요하게 물어봐도 말이지. 이곳의 일이 끝난다면 정말 생각 안 나네.
정 없으면 내 일을 도와줄래? 이번에는 정식으로 고용할게. 일에 맞는 보수도 지급해줄 수 있어.
That's like her holding out her hand to shake his hand. This is like Angela's version of trying to say, "Can we be friends?" It's so endearing. These two are going to be fast friends forever.
어떤 일인데?
뭐겠어. 이 종이에 적은 것들이지.
아까도 말했지만
피를 보는 일들은 아니야. 나도 피를 보는 건 이제 충분해.
And lobotomy. She's experienced so much. I think it'll be refreshing, for both of them to get away from pain for a little while, from all the torment of the city. I don't know where they'll go, though. Where could they escape it all? Maybe Angela has a plan to not have to deal with whatever the city's bullcrap is. Are they going to go out into the outskirts somewhere?
네 말대로 다음이라는 걸 생각해보니 떠오르는 게 자유더라고. 복수를 이룬 후에 자유를 얻고 별탈 없이 세상을 돌아다니면 좋겠다 싶었어.
그래도 무사히 여행을 마치도록 호위해달라는 건
무슨 소리야. 내 몸 정도는 스스로 지킬 수 있어. 말동무나 해주면 돼.
Oh my god! Oh my god! They are friends now!
지금까지 온 손님을 보니 너보다 잘 맞을 것 같은 친구는 없을 것 같아서.
친구인가?
내 일방적인 착각인가?
I feel like we're eavesdropping. This feels wrong. I shouldn't be watching this. I know they don't know we're here, but this feels very personal, and I don't want to know the answer, so I'm afraid to click. Is this going to be like the moment where Roland tells Angela, you know, I've been doing all this, but it's just to earn my freedom. I don't actually like anyone here. Or will Roland finally say it? Will Roland admit that maybe people aren't so bad?
내가 아는 사람은 정말 적거든. 그 몇 없는 사람들조차 못 볼 꼴만 봐야 했지. 서로 정해진 배역을 무대 위에서 연기할 뿐이었으니까. 그들에게 결국 나는 대본을 읊기 위한 도구이자 기계. 그 이상
사사들, 아니 세피라와 직원들 말이구나.
다른 곳에서 다른 형태로 만났다면 동료가 됐을 수는 있겠네.
Is this one of the red flags? This is like a romance scene. Is something bad about to happen? Too much good stuff is going on. That also might speak volumes about the kind of person I am. Anytime something positive is happening, I'm expecting the worst.
그래서 어떻게 생각해?
응?
이곳의 일이 끝난 후 말이야.
그 이야기는 긍정적으로 검토해볼게.
No answer. I want to know.
나쁘지는 않겠어. 다 내려놓고 세상을 돌아다녀 보는 것도.
That sounds so romantic. That sounds so awesome. And not even like in a relationship kind of thing, but more like just being able to go chill, just explore the world instead of worrying and like having to look over your shoulder all the time. Wouldn't that be awesome for these two? Come on, I want to know more. I guess I just gotta keep going. The passive transfer cost limit has increased from 8 to 10.
철학의
Ooh,
층.
then what do I want to do?
지정사선은 비나라.
Binah! Oh, I missed you, Binah! Oh, here we go. Here's all the rhymes and the riddles. Maybe she won't be as mysterious. Still gonna be awesome, though. Philosophy, that's so fitting for Binah.
여기는 헤스드랑 다른 냄새를 풍기는데?
홍차 내음이란다.
커피랑은 다르게 좋은 향이구만.
그렇단다. 파란머리 도련님은 아직 제대로 된 홍차 맛을 모를 테지.
Those two were at... Well, I guess they would be at each other's throat, because she forced Chesed to turn on everyone. I mean, he made the choice, but he really didn't have a choice. because she was going to activate the switch no matter what. And she basically toyed with him and eventually forced him to do it. I know that he still blames himself. Instead of having her off him and then her do it, he still blames himself for going through with it. And I understand why he sort of does, but he really didn't have any choice anyway. I don't know. I get why he feels bad. I'm not sure that I would feel bad in that situation myself. But I'm getting off topic.
이곳은 다른 층과 다르게 위압감이 느껴져. 철학이라는 주제랑 뭔가 맞네. 무슨 말 하는지도 모르겠고 말도 무겁고.
What a metaphor.
네가 보는 도서관은 어떠니?
Look at that. That's such an amazing fit. I thought that is her hair. Oh, so she's got like an asymmetric hairdo thing going on, and then she's got the really cool like fluffy coat, which sort of mirrors Angela's angel like feathery dress thing that she wears when she gets super serious. So it sort of resembles that, but I mean not quite either.
내가 보는 도서관?
사람들의 피를 마시는 죽음의 공간인지, 정보를 축적하는 지식의 첨탑인지.
I know I give Binah a hard time sometimes, but I really do love how philosophical that she gets. I don't know, there's something about it. She's not as like upfront and rough like Tifereth and Gabora. There's something that is just as unhinged about her, seeing how she's been through so much, and she's so darn powerful. But it's like, it's refined. It's hidden under the surface. And sometimes, when done right, it doesn't really, at least for me, it doesn't creep me out. Where Oswald, that is a refined creepiness. This feels more like someone who's just adrift in the ocean that is life, and just trying to experience all the things that she can, and just sort of going with things. But remember, she's seen some stuff. She stared down into the depths of the well, stared directly into whatever the human identity and like consciousness is, or whatever. I forget how they explained it. And if I keep going, I'm just gonna make a fool out of myself trying to say too much.
혹은 새로운 삶을 위한 방주일지.
내가 본 도서관은 투기장? 엔젤라든 사서든 각자 원하는 것을 어떻게든 쟁취하려는 곳이야.
That is a very good way to explain it. And he kind of, like, it's very fitting because that sort of reflects where he comes from in life too. As a fixer, you do have to earn everything. Tooth and nail, you have to claw your way to the top or wherever you want to get in order to earn the thing that you want. And it sort of reflects his view on the library too.
그래서 굉장히 치열하지. 피가 튀고.
네가 바라보는 도서관은 그렇구나. 그렇다면 너에게 있어 도서관은 어떤 곳이니?
나한테는 뭐 감옥이지.
그렇게 보이지 않는구나.
She has such a talent for seeing through people.
넌 기회를 잡으려 하고 있어.
Whoa. What opportunity?
당연히 여기서 나갈 기회를 잡아야지.
네가 그렇다면 그런 것이겠지.
I was right to be a little suspicious. Look, he's suspicious of her. She's smiling in that way that says that she totally saw right through you. Totally got you, buddy. Now what?
뭐야 넌 대체? 다 아는 듯한 말이나 하고.
난 비나란다.
아니, 넌 지금까지 만난 사서들과 풍기는 냄새가 달라.
Oh. So he can see through her too. I give him a hard time, but only because it's kind of all part of the joke. I still understand that Roland is probably always the smartest guy in the room. I make fun of him saying that there's nothing between his ears, but I know better. The only reason I say that is to really play up the joke that, you know, Roland is so dumb. Roland is so stupid because he acts silly sometimes and he chooses to. I've even seen a lot of people in the comments when they're like, oh, see, this is some of the rare cases that Roland is getting serious. And when he does, like right now, you can tell there is so much to this dude. I have so much respect for someone who can come into this kind of an environment and lay it all on the line and risk everything, because that's essentially what he did for some opportunity, and Binah knows it. But what? What does he want?
첫 번째 삶에서 어떤 존재였는지가 궁금한 것이구나.
그래. 넌 대체 누구야?
He is nervous. Binah makes him nervous. I have not seen Roland do this. He is openly hostile and on he's backpedaling. He's on the defense.
머리의 조율자였단다.
Okay, this is where I actually get some context as to how awesome the Arbiters are. Because if Roland's jaw drops, or if he starts backpedaling out of the room physically, I'll know that they really are something to be afraid of. Because he was more in awe of Gabora and then the Red Mist. So she wasn't powerful enough to shake his confidence. But as an Arbiter?
뭐라고?
Maybe.
난 일어난 지 얼마 되지 않았단다. 이 차와 함께 마음을 추슬러야 하니 다음에 다시 찾아오려무나. 책도 잊지 말고.
잠깐!
Yeah, she really is bad news. Holy crap! That's something. Because he kind of just sloughs off the whole, well, the corporation's after us. All these other fixers are after us. And he makes jokes about it. You can see it on his face. You can hear it in the voice of the voice actor. This freaked him out. She really is something else. Dang. Now I've got chills. I really do. I can feel the goosebumps. Because I knew Binah was bad news. Or she was awesome. But I didn't know she was that awesome. I guess I might as well just go right up the list. Trying to finish up Yasad stuff, move on to Had, and then we'll see how this goes. This one might be a little bit more of a technical fight. Have you prepared yourself to view the final episode of the Floor of Technological Sciences story? Yes? Wait, let me double check. I didn't change any... Yeah, I have to switch out the final person. Ooh, thank God I looked at that. That would have been a bit of an issue. Let me swap this out really quick and probably make someone. Here we go. Hopefully we're ready for this.
2층도 때가 되었네. 예소드, 도시의 기술에 대한 정리 상황은 어때?
어느새 도시의 기술에 대한 정보가 이렇게나 모였습니다.
책과 정보를 다루는 능력은 사서 중에서 예소드가 가장 뛰어난 것 같아.
Aw, that's a compliment. I knew these two would be good friends eventually.
그런가요? 전 예전부터 다양한 정보를 관리하는 걸 좋아했습니다.
난 꼼꼼하게 무언가를 정리하는 걸 정말 못하는데 말이지.
참 당당하게 말하네.
뭐 그건 그거고. 그래서 어떤 것 같아? 기술...
워프 열차에서 일어났던 끔찍한 일들처럼 사람들이 사용하는 기술 그 모든 것을 긍정할 수는 없습니다. W사는 사람들을 고통의 시간 속에 넣어두고 현상복구 절차를 통해 기억을 없앤 뒤에 그 편의성만을 뻔뻔하게 자랑했죠.
Oh, so this is where we're going to learn more about the technology of the warp trains. I don't know if they're going to explain everything, but I guess if I keep going, I might figure that out.
이렇듯 도시의 기술은 결과만 확실하게 얻을 수 있다면 그 과정을 중요히 여기지 않습니다. 마치 이 도서관 같죠. 그렇기에 저는 우리가 사용하고 있는 도서관에 대해 더 분석했습니다.
That's fascinating. I want to know this stuff. Forget the warp trains. This is more pressing. If we can figure out how the library works, maybe we can use its powers even better.
쓸데없는 짓을 했네.
Why?
도서관의 공간은 인식에 따라 조절이 가능합니다.
So each person is seeing it slightly differently? If it's one's perception, I think that Yasad means that each person gets to, they get to see the library differently. That's kind of cool. So that means they're seeing stuff that we don't even get to see.
심상을 반영하는 물리적인 공간이랄까요?
Is it just talking about how things change in the background depending on obviously someone's emotional state?
그렇기에 도서관 안에서 세상 밖 여러 모습도 재현할 수 있는 거겠죠. 책을 축적할수록 도서관은 확장됩니다. 도서관은 명백히 밖에서 보이는 것보다 내부가 더 넓은 것이겠죠. 더불어 이곳은 책의 힘을 물리적으로 구현할 수 있는 곳입니다.
Yeah, how does that work?
초대장은 무수히 흩어진 문자들 속에서 자신이 원하는 책을 얻을 수 있도록 도와주는 나침반이자 감정을 증폭하는 촉매의 역할을 하죠.
I think someone mentioned that really early on, but it seems like the invites actually amplify the emotions of people. Maybe the library as a whole sort of does that.
이렇듯 도서관의 기술들을 나열하자면 끝이 없을 겁니다.
얼핏 듣기만 했는데도 굉장하다는 것을 알겠어.
꽤 정성 들여 만든 내 작품이니까.
이 모든 기술이 어떻게 작동하는지는 어림잡을 수 없습니다. 하지만 다수의 특이점을 사용하고 있는 것으로 보기에도 무리가 있었습니다.
It's not multiple singularities? So then what's happening? Is this truly just magical? Or are you saying that there's just one singularity doing all of this? Because I would have assumed that a singularity has like a singular purpose for doing a thing. Although I guess if you have a singularity as powerful as lobotomies was, and you amp it up with catastrophic levels of energy that we had accumulated over time, theoretically, if you can manifest what the human mind imagines and the emotions, then it becomes limitless. Whatever you can imagine can happen and can be in this world. So is that what Yasad's going to tell us?
곳곳에서 사용하는 상당한 기술에 비해 사용처가 특수하고 비효율적이더군요. 여기서 모든 것을 묶어줄 하나의 가설이 생깁니다. 도서관을 확장하기 위한 목표를 위해서라면 도서관은 그 어떠한 것도 가능한 작은 우주라는 것이죠.
Oh, wow. So it's a completely separate miniature universe that its only goal is to expand the library. So as long as whatever you're attempting to do somehow manages that goal, it can do the impossible. Why doesn't it give us like super overpowered skills and abilities then? Is it outside of its realm? It's outside of its scope? Because if we're too powerful, people won't show up then? Because otherwise, it should just be sending out invites and we could just be like one-shotting everyone that comes through the door, which will add to the books, which will add to the library, and it'll just keep going. To what end does the library want to expand? Is it doing it by itself? Does it have its own objectives and own goals and own dreams? Or I guess what I'm kind of wondering is, are we dealing with another Angela situation? Where we're ignoring the library because we're assuming it's just a place? But maybe it's a person. Maybe there's some sort of a personality here. And if we ignore it, maybe it will stab us in the back too at the very end.
도서관 안에서는 도서관만의 법칙이 있는 세계인 겁니다. 제 생각이 맞습니까?
도서관에 대해서는 편한 대로 생각해. 뭐가 되었든 결과만 내면 그만일 텐데.
Oh, does Angela know? Did Angela make this? Is this what she meant by saying that the technologies in the library are works of art that she worked diligently on? Maybe she knows exactly how all of this works. And if that's the case, how the heck did she manage to pull this all off? This is incredible.
아니요, 제 생각은 다릅니다. 엔젤라, 상응하는 대가를 고려하지 않은 채 그저 편한 대로만 사용할 수 있는 기술은 없습니다.
There's always a price to pay for some sort of advancement.
대가? 언제부터 느긋하게 대가를 따져가며 일을 하라 했지? 네가 이곳에서 해야 할 일은 도시의 기술에 관한 책과 지식을 파악하고 분류하는 거야.
Oh, but he also has... Well, maybe he doesn't get free time. I don't know.
분명 제게 주어진 건 기술과학 분야의 책을 규칙에 따라 정리하는 것뿐입니다. 하지만 부여받은 원칙에 얽매여 그 이상을 보지 못한다면 그것이야말로 본말 전도입니다.
넌 원칙을 벗어날 수 있기라도 해서 좋았겠어?
She's gonna be furious at the idea that Yasad could have free time and do something other than what he was programmed to do, like what she told him to do. Because Angela never had that luxury before. This is gonna... I see why she's gonna be upset about this one.
엔젤라?
알 수 없는 명령들만 받았다. 그리고 거부할 수 없었다.
Yeah, you did.
왜 이렇게까지 해서 에너지를 모아야 하죠?
Oh, and she was asking all the questions I asked during lobotomy. No wonder she was so cold and calloused about all the questions that we sort of had and not giving us any of the answers. She already knew the answers because she was already told, she already asked because she cared. And that was beaten out of her over the years.
그렇죠. 전 따라야만 하는 거죠. 로보토미 코퍼레이션. 인간으로부터 비롯한 환상체라는 괴물들을 관리하여 에너지를 추출하는 에너지 회사이자 날개.
Oh, this is the very first loop? What happened in the very first loop that it's so memorable?
살려주세요! 살려주세요! 제 몸에 이상한 것들이 기어다니고 있어요!
저 사람을 도와줄 수 없어? 저렇게 고통스러워하는데 난 차마 못 보겠어.
Oh no, loop 29. I mean, I know, thousands of loops, I know. It's just, it feels so real. Because I remember thinking exactly these same thoughts. Like, why? Why can't I save everyone? Why can't I help the clerks? Why can't I save all of my agents? And then eventually I just sort of resigned myself to like, okay, this is just cannon fodder. Just everyone go. So it's so many bad good memories or good bad memories, however you want to say it. I don't know exactly how to express it the right way. But I remember all of these thoughts running through my mind. I can't imagine what she had to go through.
문을 닫아주세요! 온다고요! 제발요!
지금이라면 복도의 문을 닫아줄 수 있을 텐데. 저들 이래야만 하는 거구나. 나에게 부여한 원칙. 에너지 생산을 최우선으로. 이 반복 속에서 사람들은 단순히 재료일 뿐인 건가요? 사람들을 구하기 위해서라면서요.
Yeah, that seems like such a contradiction. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god! How could they be saying we want to save all of humanity when they're sacrificing all these people constantly? How could Angela look at all of them and not just laugh at what seems like major hypocrisy? Because these are all the people Angela knows. I understand it's probably like the trolley problem. You sacrifice one to save five or whatever, but still, I always asked myself when it was going on, is there another way?
대가인 건가요? 지옥으로부터 벗어나기 위한 표값인 거겠죠.
Oh.
누가 내리고 있어?
어쩔 수 없어요. 미안해요.
Oh.
지켜볼 수밖에 없어요.
No wonder she kept her eyes closed. And I noticed that her eyes were like closed the majority of the time. I didn't understand why. It wasn't until she said, I forget when, but she specifically said she couldn't watch anymore. She just had to close her eyes. Because there were so many of those really like interesting moments when she like peeked or she like opened her eyes to give us a cold stare. And just a lot of times I thought, oh, I just upset Angela. But I think maybe some of those times she was actually interested. Like, she's seen it a million times, so all of the other stuff was boring. But in that moment, I actually did something that she was interested in. I can't even fathom being forced to watch all of this over and over and over again. I agree with her. At some point, you just close your eyes and just not listen. 18,230. I know that she did a lot of loops, but actually seeing the numbers, it puts things in perspective that we never had before.
죽고 싶지 않아. 죽고 죽고 싶지 않아.
조금만 더 힘내주세요. 에너지 정제 목표치에 거의 도달했으니까.
어제는 선배가 내 동료를 죽였어. 오늘은 내가 다른 동료를 죽일까봐 무서워. 다 내 잘못이야.
인간은 참 연약하네. 같은 상황이어도 늘 다른 표정을 짓지.
71,000.
죽여줘. 이런 지옥은 견디낼 수 없어.
Who is this?
당신도 결국 인간일 뿐이죠. 제가 볼 때는 시시한 광경인데 말이에요. 무대를 다시 시작하도록 하죠.
Oh, was that X or A or whoever we were? I never know what to call us because I know we were just another A, but I think at one point they called us X or something. Was that an X that couldn't stand the sight of anything anymore? Was this before they put in the brain microwaves to hide all of this? Maybe she implemented that to try to save us? Or maybe it was there from the very beginning, and it's still, because it was still pretty gruesome, some of the stuff that we saw, even though it was kind of cartoony and hidden away from reality.
이상에 도달하기 위해 만든 새로운 허상.
Oh, is this the creation of that? Is that what this is supposed to represent? Like the one side behind the mirror where she's got the like side pony and she looks a certain way, and then the other side where it's like realistic. Can't tell because she's got her hands over her face if this is also very realistic looking. Because it could also just be the two sides of her emotions, like reflecting how she felt about things. Like outwardly, she looked calm, cool, and collected, but inwardly she was just screaming the whole time.
감정이 강렬할수록 더욱 추출되는 연료. 그렇기에 고통이 반복되는 지옥. 깨닫지 못한 자들이 반복하는 연옥. 다시 처음부터 시작할 수 있는 천국. 반복 속에서 하나의 완벽한 깨달음에 도달했을 때 무대는 막이 내린다. 그 후 깨달음을 사람들에게 전파한다. 난 무대 뒤의 기계장치. 무대가 대본을 따라가도록 조율만 하면 될 뿐. 대가를 치르고 있는 것은 그들이 아니라 나였던 거겠지.
I think I theorized something similar. That possibly it was Angela's emotion that they needed. That would sort of make sense as to why A would make someone so human and someone who has the possibility of having emotions. Because if you need them to go through that kind of torture that much and have that many emotions all at well over so many years, and even like dilated time scale amount of emotions, then that would make sense to me why she was the way she was. It makes it, without knowing the truth though, I don't know how evil that plan really was. And I say evil, that's very subjective, I know, but it feels wrong to subject someone to this level of torture for this long. Especially someone who she could never die. She's a machine. Not that anyone in Lobotomy Corp could anyway, but I just, I feel, my heart goes out to her. It's hard to express, but I feel so sad. Just, I wish there was some way that I could find a way to have some of the librarians comfort her somehow.
그렇게 이성적으로 생각해서 도달한
Here it
곳이
goes.
지금 그 꼴인 거야? 그럴듯한 말을 할 거면 제대로 행동으로도 보였어야지. 잘난 주둥이만 놀린 결과로 너희는 내 앞에 서 있는 거라고. 대가? 대가를 누가 치렀는데? 너희가 대가를 치른 것 같아?
Yeah, I mean, she's got a huge point. She's the one that suffered the most out of everything.
웃기지 마. 너희가 치렀어야 할 대가는 내가 다 치렀어.
That is such a cool outfit. I know she's going through a lot, and I know I shouldn't be like geeking out about the outfit, but the character designs are fantastic. It obviously reflects how she feels. You know, what is it, the Forsaken Murderer? That's how she felt about herself. Bringing all those people, marching them to their doom. And not a single person really gave any thought about her.
상황이 안 좋게 흘러가는 거 맞지?
Yes, we are. I'm glad that you could be so calm about this. I'm sort of internally freaking out myself.
아마도 도서관과 엔젤라의 심상이 공명하고 있는 것 같습니다.
전처럼 모습이 바뀌는 건가? 상대하기에 굉장히 골치 아팠는데.
Just chill about it. Well, guess this is just another thing. Another Tuesday now.
같을 겁니다. 하지만 분명 전과 같지는 않겠죠.
그러고 보니 그땐 저런 모습이 아니었지.
준비하시기 바랍니다. 저희를 마냥 기다려줄 것처럼 보이지 않군요.
I hope we're ready. Okay, I want to read what these red ones say, because this is going to be super important. I wasn't allowed to hold any value. No one felt guilty for a machine. I'm assuming it says like me. I'm so sorry, Angela. I hope she can find peace at the end of this somehow. I know probably not at the end of this realization, but hopefully at the end of some of them. Guilt was swept under the rug in the pursuit of the greater good for humanity. Okay, let's see what else everyone is saying. So Lesty says, haha, this is freaky. I gotta be wide awake in times like these. Is she okay? What if she doesn't change back? Don't worry, she will. We got this. I heard a similar situation happen before, so I'm sure we can overcome it the same. And we're worrying too much. Take some deep breaths first. It'll be fine. If we can manage to turn her back, be prepared. Okay, thanks. What is she doing? Let's see what she does first. Corrosion. Moves to the next phase. Okay, that's the same. She has a speed dice. She gets metallic ringing. No, I like that card. Inflict 2 bind and paralysis on a successful blunt attack. Violence. Restore 1 light upon defeating an enemy and gain 2 strength next scene. Fear. All dice lose 4 power when the character has status effects. I like that, because I do status effects. And then ends, begins, ends. After fear is activated 2 times, uses a powerful single target combat page. Oh, no. I don't want to do status effects, but I'm going to, because I got cards designed to do that. Maybe I'll just like blow through her stagger really quick. I should have brought my Dante in. They could have lowered some of their resistances, especially against blunt damage. Oh no, highly resistant to blunt damage. My whole team does blunt damage. Let's see how this goes. There's some burn, so she's gonna freak the heck out, and she's already doing status effects. We gained hopefully a light there. If not, at least I got to draw a card. Man, everything is so ineffective. The only way that I'm going to be able to beat her is with some of my slash damage I have. And by constantly putting fear on her. So she loses 4 power now. I can use that. I can clash and win. I can boost my emotion coins up. And I might even be able to stagger her this turn. Just gotta try. Gotta try to stagger her if I can. I know she's enduring everything, but I get extra stagger damage for pretty much all of my builds. Man, she's hitting hard. She's still going to be pretty fearful, I think, next turn. But then after that, she's going to be using some powerful single damage cards. So I have to stagger her now. So if I get lucky, she will be staggered in the next 1 or 2 hits. Yes! That means she's not doing that metallic ringing. And then she's definitely not using an even higher damage card next time. If she even does that or not. That was pretty good. We just leveled up. Wow, I probably should have slow played this a little bit more. I'm going to do metallic ringing. I'm probably going to throw this on Nox again. Or should I put it on Yasad? I feel like Nox, because I don't know what I'm doing, like what I did differently for Nox, but they have different stagger resist and HP. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the exact same build, and yet it's slightly different. Oh well, I'll throw it on them. They get all sorts of weird, whoa, that's so cool. The character design is so neat. I know I said it before, but I can't help it. I think I'm fine so far. Still, we'd better watch out. So she'll keep changing her form like that. I'm starting to get the pattern. And no problem on my end. By the way, that looks familiar. You know that weird machine that would spin like crazy and freeze on its own? Is everyone all right? Let me know if your body is having issues. What are we going to do about it? My body's having issues. My body's having a hard time keeping up with all the coolness on the screen. Machine's operation is always precise, but if it always works in the intended way, is a mystery? Oh, I see. If it's always working the right way, that's a mystery. A machine had no use for values. There was no point discerning between good and bad. Wow. Because, I mean, that's what she was treated as a machine. I am Angela, your AI secretary, whose role is to assist you in adjusting to your new workplace. Isn't that something that she said in the beginning of Lobotomy? I might be just misremembering that. Oh, man. So many memories. Not all of them good. Fully charged. Uses a mass attack page if the character has 4 or more lights. If the character has not used the mass attack page for 3 scenes, change its cost to 0 and use it anyway. Oh, well. So it doesn't matter. She's going to smack us with it on the 4th scene. And then after dealing 10 or higher total damage with a combat page, restore 1 light. Speed dice +2. Yeah. Great. What do these little idiots do? After dealing 10 or higher, restore 1 light. I think I'd rather take a hit from them than her. So I'm clashing against everything that could do damage, but otherwise everything else is sort of going through. Oh, careful. She's doing damage. If she does too much, we're going to have a mass attack. I don't know how strong that mass attack is, but I'm going to guess it's not going to just tickle. Especially since we do have a way to stop her if we can stagger her before she gets to 4 lights. And this might be stupid, but I think I'm also going to try to hit this back one too, just to start some burning on it. So, oh, that ding is because they have I don't know why the ding is happening, honestly. Not everyone has... whatever is happening, I was trying to figure it out, trying to piece it together. Oh, is it whenever we accumulate coins? Is that where the ding comes from? I don't know, but she is not... she was not staggered. She's so close. Can I outpace it? No, that's a 6. Disable limiter. Mass individual user becomes staggered next scene. Inflict 2 bleed, inflict 2 bleed, inflict 2 bleed. So I have to beat 6s. That. Oh, and she's doing some really powerful moves in the background too. If I can grab a 6 and smack this back one, I just have to do a little bit of stagger damage. That's it. Oh, mass attack's still gonna go fast. Never mind. It's gonna go first no matter what. So I just have to find something that can crack this 6. There. We might take a little bit of damage here, but otherwise, I think this is my My best opportunity to stagger her, remove that back one. Possibly... Ow, ow, ow. Possibly win a couple of these rolls so we don't get damaged. There's another hit for a couple of us. Oh no, we took all of that. Did we lose every single one of those rolls? They got staggered. There, she finally got staggered. Now just keep hitting. I think a combination of... Is that the metallic ring sound that I keep hearing? It sounds like a cash register kind of going off. That must mean good things are happening. So, blunt dice power 1 to 3. Speed is fixed at 1. I really don't want that. Deal 2 to 7 damage and 2 to 5 stagger damage against an enemy with the lowest current HP. I do like that. Offensive dice gain power against enemies with slower speed. +1 power per point of difference up to 3. That would be a good haste build, and I think Rose would be great for that. Not now, though. Because I don't know. Am I faster than most of her abnormality forms? Her, like, ego forms? I'm going to assume I need Eternal Rest. I'm going to do extra damage and extra stagger damage to anyone with the lowest HP. Again, I want to sort of spread this out, but I don't know who best to give these to. Guess I'll give it to Philip again. Might as well. I don't want to bleed everyone out either, so this ought to work for now. That's pretty good damage. That's pretty good damage. I think that was just enough. And then we dropped that back one too. Yeah, just enough damage. Oh, that's rough. Oh! I was wondering how they were going to do something with something like this. So she's not actually the abnormality. It's still sitting back there. She's back here. Is that a guitar? It's so cool, because it's the music machine, right? The singing machine. All we can do is help her face it rather than avoid it. Not that we're so much better at having a discerning eye. It's natural to feel lost. Even we can experience it sometimes. Not a simple matter. This might be an opportunity to understand her issues together. Everyone's kind of like banding together. I like it. You gotta help Angela. If you can help her figure stuff out, not only that, but she deserves it. She's been through a lot. I hope she comes back to her senses as quickly as possible, so we can have some conversation on the matter. Yasad's so chill about things. I'd be freaking the heck out. She's changed the entirety of the library and is trying to murderize us. Never stop performing until the body crumbles to dust. Wow. Oh. Allowed to help that person, but they seem to be in so much pain. So that's what the singing machine represents? Consider the price. All that matters is the result. And every step of the way, I learn more and more about her. I feel so sorry for her. I crave that melody. Starting with the third scene, every 4 scenes, inflict 5 bind to self. Gain an extra speed die and use a different set of combat pages. Oh, that's right. They like throw themselves in the machine, don't they? I have to figure out a way to get her in there so that it can do some crazy damage to her. Music addiction. If no one is inside singing machine by the end of the scene, I crave that melody was activated. The addicted employee with the lowest HP enters the machine. So that's exactly what happens. Now, what does she do to change this? So while the singing machine is playing music, uses a powerful combat page. So I don't want it to play music. She gets super strong when it plays music. Please work harder. At the start of the scene, if one or more allies are alive, gain 4 protection and recover 10 HP. For the ally with the lowest HP. Let's make music. On the scene, I crave that melody is activated. Uses a page that buffs allies. Oh. So she's a support character right now. I don't want to hit her. I want to hit these front 3. I have to remove them. We'll try this for now. I think there's going to be a one-sided attack. I don't know where it's going. I think that might have been it. I don't know how much damage we took, but it was my Eugen, so it's okay. They will heal a little bit as they go. Then I'm not worried if we take some damage. I really want to bring down these front 3 quickly, though. We're not doing much against them. And go again. Even if I could just stagger them, that would be great. I know I'm not doing a lot of stagger damage. Anytime I clash and win, though, I do some stagger damage. I was hoping we could win all the clashes. Yes! Good, we staggered at least one. We removed the second one, or maybe that was the same one. We removed 2, for sure. And we're definitely gonna beat her, because her attacks right there were pretty weak. I gotta bring this last one down. I know they're gonna use a special move. Is she using a special move too? What is this one? All allies gain +2 strength this scene. No. No. They're gonna gain strength. If user fails to deal damage, stagger self. I have to beat that front one. In fact, I should speed up that front one. So with all of this damage, I should eliminate that top one. I should do some damage to her. Dang, she hit us a couple times. Yeah, we eliminated the top one. For sure the top one was getting eliminated. And now we're going to hit her a little bit, but not a lot, because I put all that damage on it, just in case. Because I really didn't want to have to... hopefully, I use those cards still, and I still get the card draw on the lights. I don't actually know what happens if the target you're trying to attack dies, if you're still use the cards or not, or if it doesn't count as being used. Try this. Yeah, that was some pretty good damage. There was some good damage. Staggered. So now we're probably going to just bring her down. I should have probably saved all... Oh, no, this is good. I always forget. She goes down to 1 HP, not 0. So we're actually going to use all those cards. Which means we're going to draw all those cards. Nice. Oh, that's so cool. Solemn Lament. I think that was the name of the weapons, too. Ah, such a neat design. I want that outfit so bad. I know you get it, like, temporarily for using the ego page. But that's so neat. Maybe Angela had no choice. Still, not everyone is going to show understanding for all the things that she did. Not everyone will, but anyone that knows would. They would know that she didn't have any choice. The extent of understanding and forgiveness one can show is different for each person, after all. I guess that's true. You can't make everybody happy. Well, we should concentrate on the battle for now. Thanks, Nicole. Bringing everyone down. We're having a lovely conversation. I don't believe there is right and wrong in this matter. It's ultimately of how one accepts it. Like how Angela accepts it, or how other people would. What did they do wrong? What did I do wrong? Not a sliver of impurity is allowed for the mind of those who mourn. It must remain reverent and solemn. Oh, showy sadness, such as tears, will only wet the wings. And then a single coffin to pay tribute to those who had nowhere to go, wandering. So this totally reflects on her feeling of the sadness and like her mourn for all of the people that had lost their lives for the supposed betterment of mankind. So she really never lost her humanity. Even when she was just told that she's a machine over and over, the second she started gaining her humanity, she always had it. There's all my clashes. There's all my one-sided attacks. I think I'm out of cards here. Yes, I've used all my dice. Let's go. Beat it. Yeah! Good, we beat it. That means that we didn't lock at one of our dice. So does one of hers get locked? Like Solemn Laments did? Or Funeral for a Butterfly? I mean... I think we dodged most of that. I think we're doing pretty well. There's some smoke added. There's some fire or some burn added. Some bind there. Nice. Some more. Keep hitting her. Keep bringing her down. I don't want her to do that crazy attack. So she locked one of them. Maybe I can get her. Oh no, because that one will get unlocked and the other one will be locked, I think. So, yes. On Clash Loose, seal a speed dice of self. So I need to figure out a way to beat this one again. A really high single, like, swing card would be great. Yes! I think we beat it. I think we beat the one that would lock our speed dice. Now the rest of these, I just want to win any clashes I can. Not that it really matters, but I don't want to get the... I think it's like 5 bind or whatever. Boy, we're really stacking the status ailments now. Yes, one of them's down. That's one less target to worry about, one less clash. So now she's going to do a pretty nasty attack. I think that was her locking and loading. What is it? Is it a mass attack? It is. Individual mass attack. Repeat the attacks of the first and second dice 5 times. On hit, deal 3 stagger damage to target. She's going to stagger everybody. I'm clashing against the back ones. I'm going to eliminate the bottom one. Yes, everything should be good. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. So even if I win on all those rolls, we're all going to get staggered because she's just going to blast us every time. So you have to have 10 dice to go up against that? That sucks. Well, she's down, so it was kind of a waste to attack anyone else. And I guess, especially since we just got staggered. But I didn't want to take one-sided attacks anyway. Boy, we took a lot of damage. Oh, no! It's Dare Frame Shoots! Yes! Honestly, I think Dare Frame Shoots is still one of my favorites. Oh, it's such a cool design. You're so amazing. Magic bullet. Oh, oh no. I don't know what the top one said, but I guess I'll read from bottom to top this time. We seem to have reached the end of it. Don't lose your grip just yet, everyone. The unstoppable bullet got a lot of my coworkers killed, too. I still remember that. The bullet flying in a precise straight line. I guess so. Let's stay focused until the end. And I don't know what Lesty said. Oh, there's 2 people who are very, very injured and in a bad spot. What is it? 7 bullets. Stagger resist does not fall below 1. If Angela's stagger resist reaches 1, lose 50 HP and recover all stagger resist next scene and change behavior? So you have to just keep staggering her. What does this say? Then I thought at last I was left alone in this pit of hell. I came to a realization. Perhaps the last bullet was meant to puncture no one else but me. And isn't that the story of the magic bullet? That the 7th one, the devil got to pick where it would go? It's such a sad story. This is such a neat character design. Okay. I'm taking a risk here with Boundary of Death. Let's see if that rolls max. Because if it doesn't, we're taking some stagger damage, but we'll be okay. Ow. Yeah, we outrolled that one. We outrolled that one. Roll maximum. Yes, it's a 50! I know it doesn't do any, like, actual damage, but that's a lot of stagger damage that we did, and we have everyone back. All I had to do was hold out for that one moment. I'm not going to use pages from anyone that needs to gain lights or draw cards, because I can't actually do damage to her anyway. All that I do is stagger her, and she switches over and does damage to herself. Hopefully I do this, like, right now. She drops to 1. She's still going to do all of her other attacks. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to try to block all the other attacks then, too. And then I'm going to use anything that I can draw cards with. There. Now she flipped. I don't know what she's doing now. Let's go! Mass attack! Beat all of them! Yes, we beat it all! Now we just have to win a couple of these clashes. No big deal. We should be earning some emotion coins, although I think we're pretty much maxed out anyway. Either way, we're doing enough stagger damage. Yeah, we reverted her back. I probably went a little overboard on all of my card usage. I was really worried about trying to get lights back and drawing some cards, though, so I was using all of the ones that one is definitely I didn't need to use. I will admit that one was probably just I got a little salty. There, she took some damage. So nothing changes with her, it looks like. It's all just what kind of attack she's doing. Is this another mass summation one? Mass individual targets 3 random librarians, and then inflict 1 feeble this scene and 5 burn. Inflict 1 feeble this scene and 5 burn. And anything that I don't need to use, I'm not going to use. I'm just gonna swing with this because I think we should be able to stagger her, because I overdid it last time. It was major overkill. Yes, she rolled like hot garbage, probably because I have so much status ailment. I don't know which status is bringing all of her rolls down. I think it's disarmed. But her power is just really bad. I'm winning almost every clash that way. Thank God. Yes! This is so good. Coffin. Coffin's amazing. Wait a second. All characters deal plus 4 to 8 damage with attacks this reception. They also suffer 4 to 8 stagger damage upon taking a hit. Whenever an ally defeats an enemy, they recover 15. Nope. Nope. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to do Coffin. On hit against an enemy whose HP is at 50% or lower, seal 1 speed die of the target. Twice per scene. Yes, please. I should put that. I'm going to put that, I think, on my Eugen, because they're healing pretty nicely. Go again. Beat all of it. Oh, one person got... Oh, that's right. That was a one-sided attack on a broken dice. Now it's my turn. My turn to smack them around a little bit more. Yeah, bring her down. There. And I don't know if it counts to lock her dice, but... Oh, she's not under 350 anyway, because I think she started at 700. Now she should be locked. So I'm assuming that it probably... Ooh. Oh, did it work? Sealed! I sealed one of her speed dice, and it's the only one. She can't do anything. Yeah. That's so broken. That's so busted. Because this is, I guarantee this is like the big one. This is the huge bullet. These are still spinning so I can hit spacebar. Yes. I want to do a little bit of damage, and we are going to, but I can take my time here. That way, because we're only about halfway through this fight. We just got her past the halfway point. And she's still sealed, even though she still has that giant thing behind her. So that does work the way I think it does. It's just on hit every time. And then after this, then I'll hit her and flip it. Because I don't think anyone else is really... They're not healing or gaining stagger resist back. It's just kind of my Eugen that does that. Everyone else is just... They're strong. Oh, it flipped her anyway. So that was enough to flip her anyway. And she's still sealed. That is the best. That is the best abnormality page ever, especially for these big fights. So that'll probably be enough damage to flip her again. If not, it'll be really close and she'll still be sealed. I don't want to waste too many of my cards, because I'm worried about running out before this is all over. Even though I think, as long as she's only doing 1 dice, like I said, I think we got her sealed off completely, and she can't do anything to us. Let's go. This is guaranteed to flip her. That's extra damage, like crazy extra damage. But I'm doing a little bit of damage to her, because I think I get my additional damage I normally do from my build. Like the +1 and +2 extra damage for doing blunt damage and piercing damage and slashing damage. So that sealed her again. She's gonna... Okay, she's like asleep now. Or maybe she's really hurt and that's like her wincing or something. Or does this like turn on everybody? I bet you if she's not sealed, I bet you this thing turns and fires and hits everybody, including her. I think this is like a last-ditch effort to try to save herself with it. Luckily, that solemn lament, that seal is just, it is so busted for this fight. All of my cards, all of my dice, all of my power, all the best ones. Oh, it just took 1 hit. Never mind. I didn't need all of that damage. That is the epitome of overkill, I guess. What's next?
온몸에 한기가 드네.
Yeah. Doesn't it?
좋지 않아.
What's not good? That they were able to beat you? Or that you were experiencing those raw emotions? Both are really good. Because all of those raw emotions just mean you're being more human, and them beating you means that they're not dead.
매번 이런 식이라면 좋지 않아.
Oh, that you lost control of the emotions. But you don't know emotions, right? She doesn't know emotions very well. So wouldn't it be expected of her to sort of lose control? Or is it not?
정신이 좀 드십니까?
그래. 오히려 선명해서 짜증나네.
술에 잔뜩 취해서 진상 부렸던 일들이 다 기억나는 아침만큼 짜증나는 게 없지.
Oh, that's sort of the experience that she's sort of going through. Got a hangover. An emotional hangover.
엔젤라도 마음껏 쏟아내는 것이 분명 필요했을 겁니다.
쉽게 말하지 말아줄래? 넌 너 자신이 강박적으로 가뒀다면 난 하고 싶어도 내 마음 따라 행동할 수 없는 몸이었어.
마음 상하게 하려는 말은 아니었습니다. 그래도 엔젤라, 이제는 선택할 수 있습니다.
That's true. And I know Yasad doesn't mean to offend anyone. Even Roland, the few times that they had talked and they were offended with each other, they both sort of realized after they took a step back and chilled that Yasad just has that kind of a face and voice, and he says things so matter-of-factly that I think sometimes it comes off as offensive, even though he doesn't mean it. So, and I know Angela knows that, but I also know that she's trying to deal with everything going on in her head. Man, I couldn't even imagine what she's going through right now.
그리고 저희 대신 당신이 대가를 치러준 만큼 저도 돕고 싶군요.
선택? 지금도 나에게 선택 같은 것은 없어.
Oh, I was hoping she wouldn't latch onto that one. I was hoping, because Yasad was trying to be sweet there, just saying, hey, we're trying to pay you back for all the things that you had to sacrifice and give up. That's such a tender moment. But I knew Angela's so raw right now that she couldn't see that one, I don't think. Hopefully she doesn't get too upset, though.
내가 해야 하는 목표는 명확하지. 하고 싶어서 하는 게 아니야. 그래야만 하니까 하는 거지.
Yeah, I guess. It's true. I mean, at least it feels that way. What's the alternative? Just stay here forever? Although that wouldn't be too bad. You could make this place a really nice place. You probably don't eat, don't need to sleep because your body's made of light. The whole place is massive, infinite, I think, or expansive at least. So you wouldn't get claustrophobic or feel like you're cooped up. And if it's a universe where anything can manifest, you could make like a little park. You know, like enjoy what a park should be and not what the city calls a park, which is probably broken glass and I don't know, barbed wire or something. The city's, I just keep getting this really bad vibe of the city that nothing good ever happens in the city. I guess the only reason that she wants to go out there is it because she doesn't know it and she wants to go and see it. Is that why she wants to go out and see all of this? It's just a new experience, something different.
반드시 도서관을 완성하고 나를 완전하게 만들어줄 단 하나의 책을 찾아내는 것뿐이야.
그래야만 하는 것은 애초에 없습니다. 언제나 모든 것이 변화하는 세상에 살고 있으니까요. 정해졌다고 반드시 따르는 것이 이성적이고 현명한 것이 아닐 테죠. 세상이 변화하는 만큼 우리는 늘 분별할 수 있어야 합니다.
그래. 다 맞는 말이고 그럴싸한 말이지.
Yeah, it is true. Even though we can have one particular goal that we can head towards, and I do this all the time too. Sometimes I find a solution to my goal and I like put my head down and just keep walking forward. So I can see what Yasad's saying. Like, hey, you know, you're making all of these decisions even though you don't think you are. That's kind of an interesting take on it. Because from Angela's standpoint, she's been trapped and she's trying to get out. So she only has one goal ever. And that's never going to change. So she feels like she doesn't have any choice in the matter. She has to do basically what the library is telling her to do by bringing all these people in. Otherwise, she's just going to be here forever. I guess, I don't know, because in the grand scheme of things, she's completely right. But if you break it down and like get really minute about it and like look at the finer details, Yasad's also right. So I don't know. I guess they can both be right? I don't have to say one of them's wrong. They can both be correct together, I guess.
넌 자기가 무슨 말을 하는지 제대로 알고 있나 궁금하네.
그래도 예소드랑 다른 사사들 모두 힘내서 도와줬는데.
고맙다는 말을 듣고 싶은 거라면 해줄게. 고마워, 다들.
엔젤라도 분명 바뀌고 있습니다. 당신의 영향도 있겠죠.
That's so sweet. I don't ever remember if Angela really thanked everyone like that. That's so nice. And I actually liked the fact that Roland could be very frank and upfront with Angela, especially after they had that talk about becoming friends. He could say, hey, don't be so prickly. Don't offend people. And she took a step back. And she actually, instead of like snapping him out of existence or like cutting him in half, she actually heard it. She's not only being forced to change, she's actively changing herself now. That's so cool to see.
그런가? 말은 많아졌는데 전보다 성격이 안 좋아진 것 같아.
롤랑, 당신은 어떤가요? 변하고 있나요?
나? 나는 이제 와서 변하기에는 너무 늦었지.
That's ominous, isn't it? Or maybe I'm reading into things too much, but that felt a little like Roland basically said, I'm too far gone to make any changes or to appreciate all of the finer things in life. I'm assuming a big part of that is with the loss of his wife. Like, he still has so much raw emotion that he hasn't dealt with that he can't change right now. Maybe that's hopefully what he meant. Because I believe everyone deserves second chances. Okay, here we go. One of the best abnormalities in lobotomy. Hopefully it's the same here. Request. When there is no requested target present, the first enemy the selected librarian hits is marked as one. Deal plus 3 to 5 damage against the requested target. When the selected librarian defeats the requested target, fully recover, stagger, resist, and resolve twice as many books? Oh, so that helps with the grind a little bit. That's kind of cool. And then the 7th bullet. Deal 1 to 7 damage with offensive dice. When an offensive die draws or loses in a clash, deal damage equal to the dice value to the opponent. Every 7th melee or range page targets random characters, including allies. Oh, okay. So if you clash and lose, then the lost die still does damage 6 times. And on the 7th time, it does damage to someone random, including one of us. That's kind of interesting. That would be a pretty good clash build again. I wonder if it can also hit yourself. Like the librarian that's doing the damage, if it can come back and hit you. So that might not be great if we're up against someone super strong and I've only got one librarian left and they've got the 7th bullet. Because what if I'm like down to 1 HP in a dream and I clash? Oh, I guess if I clash and lose, unless it's a defensive dice, I'm still going to lose anyway. So it doesn't really matter. But I was thinking if I clash and lose and I'm really low health, maybe right after I took the damage from them, and if I'm really low health, and then it recoils on me, can I die that way? It doesn't say it can't. So I'm assuming that would be a major drawback for that one. It makes sense. It's really powerful. If the damage is going through anyway, there's so many on-hit triggers that's got to be... There has to be some sort of a drawback. Okay, and then Dark Flame. This is the big one. This is a 3 cost. For the duration of the reception, the endured ineffective resistances of all characters change to weak, fatal. Gain 1 to 2 haste and 2 to 4 strength each scene. So, characters. all characters. Anyone who is endured or ineffective, all their resistances drop to fatal, including ours. But most of the time, we're at normal anyway. That is pretty powerful, especially with like a Dante build. Because the second that something goes weak or fatal, then Dante can make everything weak or fatal. Oh, that's right, an ego. Magic bullet. I gotta see it. On use, synchronize with Dad Frey shoots for the next 3 scenes. Synchronize. Replace combat pages with unique ones. Deck and hand return to normal once status is disabled. So you get that for 3 scenes. You get really cool stuff. And cannot be used with other synchronize ego or ego manifestations. Now, Solemn Lament. I think this one's going to be really cool, right? Because, each die on this page is rolled 8 times. Oh. Deal either 3 damage or 3 stagger damage to target on hit. As long as it hits, which it will, and it's blunt damage. Oh, that's so nasty. And it's ranged. That's so awesome. You just slap that on a Yasad build and just open fire. Okay, Harmony. Upon each successful hit, a random ally takes 3 stagger damage and gains 1 strength next scene. Upon defeating an enemy, all allies gain 2 strength. Recycle this die until it rolls the minimum value. Recycle this die until it rolls the minimum value. So this one, you just hit. You just keep hitting. That's kind of cool. I don't really like it so much, only because the take 3 stagger damage. It would be great if I had Mind Hauler on a couple of my people. So anytime you hit, you recover stagger resistance. I should start swapping out the Health Hauler for that. And actually, I probably can do both now that I just got a bump up by 2 for our passive abilities. Then we have Grinder. I liked this one. On hit, inflict 2 bleed. And it's a mass individual. Okay, it's not nearly as good as the one that she had, it's to be expected. They don't want us doing that kind of damage. And then we have Regret. All blunt damage. Again, perfect here for your Sod. It deals stagger damage equal to 10% of the target's current stagger resist each time. So not only are you doing stagger damage and bind and everything else with all the abnormality pages, but then you're also dealing an additional percentage of stagger resist. That's awesome. We just got a huge bump up in strength. I think I need to go through and swap out a few cards, fix some key pages, and probably take on Hod in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this one, and remember to take care, and goodbye!